you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow, yeah.
Ooh, we're back for another episode of Sweet Gravy. And I was on the Instagrams, Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people on I don't follow a lot of people. I follow maybe like 50 on the Instagrams. You know who one of those people I follow is?
Who?
Dr. Mad Vibe, Fishbone Soldier #1 himself, Angelo Moore. And did you know what he shared just recently?
What?
He shared an image of him in the movie, in the historical, culturally significant, groundbreaking.
Boy, what's the name of the movie?
Break Into Electric Boogaloo.
Was he in that?
He was.
That makes sense.
He showed some, because, he was an LA artist and they filmed the movie in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he looked like the movie.
He looks like the movie, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, so he posted some pictures, and then on the last one, it said, it had the lyrics to George Kranz's song, Dindada.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever they're dancing through the city, and they're like, Dindada, doo-doo-doo, Dindada,
Kirk, I know.
doo-doo, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
No, don't stop it.
What?
Stop doing that.
That's the way the song goes.
Everybody know. Everybody know. Everybody listening know.
Huh? You think so?
And you a little bit off on the way the song go. It's gonna freak people out.
Why do you think that?
Cause you're a little.
I got to put my own spin on it, Carmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a classic song.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, and I was like, ooh, baby. I had to send a picture to Barnesy immediately because
You didn't realize he was in the movie.
No.
And you've seen the movie a million times.
oh man, I used to go on. We used to watch it back in the day, and then I would go on Facebook and I would just blow up the news feed of life lessons learned by Break Into Electric Boogaloo, Pizza Solves Problems, life lessons Break Into Electric Boogaloo 157. You don't have to shave your armpits if it's hot outside, because there's a girl and she's like in the thing and she's got hairy armpits on there, but it's like the 80s.
Yeah, that was more acceptable in the 80s. Women were more natural then. Now that's unacceptable. You cannot walk around like that.
I think it's more acceptable now.
I don't think so. See, you looking at it from one perspective, from your adult eyes, but the kids in high school with hair under their
Yeah,
arms,
but in the
wearing a tank
80s, you
top
have to
or
realize
something?
they were all hairsprayed. They were all primped up more. So therefore,
Yeah, but it's more imagery of girls with hair under their arms then than now. Now it's like taboo. Like, why is she doing that?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's
Oh,
the
you
opposite.
think it's the opposite?
Yeah.
Well, I know that I can't. I have to shave under my arms. I have to shave, period. It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
Hair holds smell. It does. Hair
Right.
holds smell. So if you got hair under your arms, you're going to probably be a little more mustier. You're going to have to clean that shit up a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
If you got hair down there, you're going to have to clean it up. Or you're going to have to wash all the time. It is what it is.
Tis what it is.
Yeah. So I have a question that I've been wondering for a couple days. We did a podcast recently with Zach,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure his bird shit on the podcast.
I don't think so. I looked back at it,
It's either a
and
feather.
I think it's a feather. I think it jumped up
yeah, because
to get on
jumped on his shoulder,
onto his shoulder.
which is terrifying by itself.
Right, and he was like, ugh. And then we saw this like black streak.
Right.
I think it was just a tail feather that we saw, but it looked like a
The bird shit right on camera.
right.
I was like, did that bird I noticed it when it happened, but I was just like, okay, maybe I didn't see what I think I just saw.
Right.
But it looked like a sprayed shit right towards
It
the
did.
camera.
It did, and we were both, there were some technical difficulties with that episode. It was still a fun conversation, but kind of jumpy,
Yeah, it's especially the new media stuff, the new Zoom. When you're doing podcasts over video like that, so many variables, making sure the Wi-Fi's on both ends is solid.
Right.
And like one thing I noticed is when I talk to friends that's in California right now, their phones glitch a little bit.
Right.
So it's something's going on.
Something's going on there.
Yeah.
And so whenever that happened, it kind of it stuck on that little streak that we saw.
Yeah.
So,
that could have been it. Right.
yeah.
But it looked like a shit.
It did.
I was like, because I stopped after it jumped up on his shoulder and I thought the bird shit on camera. I was like, that's too much, Zach. That's a lot going on, man. You got
No,
chickens.
it's great. He loves it.
Yeah, if you live in the country and that is like way of life, it's pretty normal.
Right.
Especially when you have a lot of land. People have animals like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying a buddy of his has one in the city and he has no issue. I guarantee you that guy's neighbors have a problem with that.
Nah.
Because I grew up in the city and we had Arabic neighbors that had chickens and they're fucking loud in the morning.
Right.
They wake you up early in the morning and it's very frustrating to the people around them
Right.
for you to have chickens in the city. Guarantee you his friend is annoying all the goddamn neighbors.
Nah,
They're like,
I don't
what
think
the
so.
hell?
I don't think so. I think
Can you imagine if our neighbor had a chicken?
might as well.
I'd be fucking pissed.
Our neighbor might as well. It's chicken. Dogs barking all the time.
That's true.
Attacks you.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dogs are is one of those sounds that you get used to because
Right.
growing up you hear
Well,
dogs
you get
barking.
used to a chicken too.
Nah, that's a foreign sound to hear in the morning if you're not used to it.
Mm-hmm. But you get used to it.
Yeah,
People get used to everything.
that's true. We are very adaptable. But that was my biggest question. Like, did his chicken shit on the screen? Zach, you got some explaining to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
I don't think that I could be a chicken man.
No, because you with me.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yep. You could have been a chicken man before we got together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a chicken man now.
Right.
Because I just can't.
What if I came with the chickens though?
I wouldn't be with you if you had chickens.
I'd be like, hey, why don't you come over? I'll make a nice carbonara, and you can come over and we'll eat it, and then you'll be like, oh, that's great, and then the dinner went well, and then a couple weeks later I was like, hey, why don't you come back over? I'll make you breakfast this time. I'll make you some eggs Benedict. And you're like, okay, that sounds great. He knows how to poach an egg. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He can put the egg in the simmering water and have it cooked just right. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. I think I got to see it, because you're a cook lady. And you're like, yeah, I got to find out if he can actually do those things that he's talking about. And then you come over and you're like, oh, man, that meal was really good. And I was like, hey, why don't you come out and have some cappuccino on the patio? And then you're like, okay. And then you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden you see like a little piece of corn seed on the ground, and you're like, what's that for? And then you see a little chicken go,
I would probably leave and be like,
You'd be like, I gotta, oh, my phone.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, no.
You do the trick. I text Latrice and be like, "Bitch, call me and say it's an
You gotta
emergency.
call me now.
Call me now. Say it's an emergency. Hurry the fuck up." And then she called and be like, "Hurry up and get home." I'm like, "I gotta go. Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go." That's so ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you ever have a Nokia?
Yeah.
The Nokia, them little tiny bricks. They would vibrate so loud. They were as loud as the ringer whenever they would shake.
Mm-hmm.
These phones today, like
They're excessive. Yeah.
I have an OtterBox on my phone, so it's got a soft rubber around it and then a plastic around the rubber. Half the time when that thing vibrates, I don't even feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I'm wearing loose pants,
Mm-hmm.
don't even feel it vibrate. With those Nokias, you had no choice but to feel it. You know,
Loose pants as opposed to what?
tight pants.
Oh, okay.
What?
You like it when if I'm wearing loose pants instead of the skinny jeans that I wear, like
Right.
you wear boy pants.
Yeah, but sometimes some pants are tighter than others.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing a nice set of my Levi's, Carmen, if I'm wearing my Levi's, they're a little tighter. They got a little bit tight, little show off some of that.
Would you
Some of
say
that form,
that
little form fitting.
would you say that Levi's is the ultimate basic bitch pants?
No,
Just because
I don't know what
there's
that is. What's a basic bitch?
Levi's. You wouldn't say that they're pants for the basic bitch?
What's a basic bitch? Explain this.
I'm a basic bitch.
Well,
I just like to wear jogging pants. I'm pretty simple. I like to dress comfortable. And Levi's is something where it's not like crazy designs. I'm sure they have some stuff,
They
but
do.
like most people who enjoy Levi's, they wear the certain color, like you see the dark blue Levi's.
no, they come in like 20 different colors.
Mhm.
They've got a million different types of fits.
Mhm.
Like I like the 559s, 569s. Some people like the hot buns and 501s. You know, you got different numbers, different fits, whatever you want. Boot cut, you want boot cut. You want taper leg. You want straight leg. What do you want? You know, no, you got to know what kind of jeans you want to get some Levi's. You can try on Levi's all day. You can go to the mall and just get Levi's. You'll be in the changing room all day long trying to find your fit.
I like
In
straight
fact,
leg jeans. That's it. Good to go.
You go to Disney Plus, and Jeff Goldblum, he gets some Levi jeans made, and they've got this machine that patterns the jeans the way that he wants and puts tears on it if they want. Oh man, yeah, you can't. Levi's they ain't basic.
It's crazy because the reason that I do like Levi a little bit is because they still maintained their integrity when all the skinny jeans came out. Levi still maintained their integrity. I could
They've
still
got skinny jeans also though.
right, but I could still get like this. What you don't understand: when skinny jeans came out, all the stores that women went to, you couldn't find anything. It was a period of time where skinny jeans took over, and you could only get straight leg jeans from like Macy's and the bigger stores like that, or if you went or Levi's or something. I think Old Navy still had the flare bottom jeans.
Right.
I don't care for Old Navy jeans anyway, but they still had things like that. But if you went to the mall or you went to any of these stores that women go to, everything was skinny jean, and I used to hate it. I would go shopping, or my dad would take me or whatever, and he's like, "All right, go pick out your clothes," and I spend all day looking through all these jeans. Everything skinny jeans.
Mm-hmm.
So then I start wearing the army fatigue pants
Right.
because they wasn't skinny jeans. Like that was a style for me for a while because I didn't want skinny jeans. So now things that have softened back up, now you can find more straight cut jeans and it's not all skinny jeans. But for a while there, women were having a hard time. It was literally like the skinny jeans overtook the industry. I was like, what the fuck, man? I never liked tight jeans like that. I want regular fucking jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Not jeans that's tight around my ankles. What the?
Right.
And they're cold. You get cold like that.
You get cold and it rubs the hair off your legs.
I don't have hair on my legs.
Well, if you did, and rub your hair off your legs,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that whenever summer starts and it turns into short season, the back of my calves don't have any hair. But then by the time it's fall and you got to pull out them jeans, I got some hair on the back of my legs.
I don't think that anyone needs hair on the back of their legs. I think that's an area
It's there
where
for a reason.
Yeah, I guess. It's just because you're a boy, though. That's all
No,
it is.
Women also have hair on their legs, especially the back of their legs.
Kirk, I don't grow hair on my thighs at all.
Okay.
0. I ain't got no hairs. I have hair bumps, but no hairs there.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have hairs there.
Right.
Because you a boy. Boys
Yeah.
grow more hair.
Yeah, but there are also women out there that grow hair on their thighs.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't
They're
say
beasts.
that because you don't,
Beast.
just because nobody does.
Beast.
There's also men out there that have hairless legs.
Beast. Put them in a beast category.
You
What's
think
going on with you?
somewhere out there's a couple of this woman and she's got the hairiest legs you've ever seen, and she's
No, I've seen some wild shit. I'm being funny. I've seen some wild shit.
there's this woman, she's got the hairiest legs you've ever seen, but her spouse is a man that has hairless legs,
Yeah, it's weird.
and she's like, man, he won the lottery, that guy. He don't have to shave his legs ever, and she's got to do it like every other day.
Yeah.
I used to have to shave an ankle because I would get it taped all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And difficult.
Difficult?
It's difficult to shave a leg, man. I couldn't do it. I nicked and cut my whole thing. I think I lost like a quart of blood trying to shave just my ankle, like from my shin down. You know,
Yeah.
it was difficult,
Yeah.
super difficult. And then the foot, you got to shave the foot too, Whew. Because I got that little strip of hair on the top of my foot. Like, ugh.
If you get used to it once, you do it so many times. I've shaved my legs so many times that I know how it feels when you nick yourself, so I try to avoid that. So it's once you do it a lot, like you get a little better at it.
Right.
But the worst is women who have those beards and that hair that get underneath the neck, underneath the chin area.
Sure.
Oh my God, I feel so bad for those women. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You have to walk around like that, and then when you shave it, people can tell you shaved it. They can see it.
Uh-huh.
Then the hair start popping back out, and then you scratching it. Now, oh my God, it's so fucking bad. I can't be like that.
Uh-huh.
You gotta go get laser treatment.
Got to do something.
You gotta do something. You gotta figure it out. But we are supposed to be going to see Ween in October.
Yes.
Are you excited about that?
I am excited.
So tell everybody about this, the whole significance of the Vegas thing. Is this something they do every year? Is that like the last stop for the entire tour and then they restart over again?
No, I don't think so. We're going to see them for 3 nights in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that they do. They were going to do it last year. I saw them there at the same place in 2017. I don't know if they did it 2018, 19. They had planned to do it
2020.
2020,
Right.
but didn't. And now that everything's getting back to, normal, hopefully people vaccinated, yeah, they're going to be doing it 2021.
They got to be rich, right?
Huh? I don't know. I'm sure they're comfortable.
They got to be rich, though.
What?
Because they do all these shows and they do shows over and over and over and over again. And these shows have so many people at it.
Yeah.
They got to be making some type of something.
The funny thing is that I was talking to somebody and they were telling me that a countryman was like, rock stars don't put on good musical shows anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And but country people do. They put on a good show, which I'm sure is true. If you like country music, you go to a good show, you're like, man, that was a really good show.
Yeah. Or maybe you bias because you like the artist. It could be multiple things.
Yeah. And they were talking about how this like one artist can go to a place and like sell out every night, and like how rock musicians don't do the same thing, but it's like got them. I remember in 2017 when Ween was doing their rounds, every progressive, because I saw them 7 times that year. I saw them 7 times that year.
Yeah, you saw Ween
7 times.
7 times in 1 year.
Yeah, and each time I tried to get a ticket, it became more and more difficult because their shows were good and then better.
They have this cult following, and yeah, it's crazy. I asked the guy that I work with, did he know about the band? He was like, I love them, but I wouldn't, if I didn't meet you, I wouldn't know about Ween. So it's one of those things where they have a cult following, but then once you kind of tap into the bubble, like now that I know you and you bring all these people out, that's like, I love Ween too. And I'm like, oh.
Because I'll be wearing my Ween hat.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, oh, is that Ween? Blah, blah, blah. And you'll be like, what? How do they know about it? And then you'll be like, oh, that's...
No, once you showed me the fan page, and we also went to the show in Boston, I understand a little better. And also, I've seen concerts of theirs that you've showed me. And those fans are hardcore.
Yeah.
They know all the words. They're waiting on certain songs. They follow. And that's pretty cool.
It was... I can't remember. So one of the things that Gene Ween does is he'll say, this is this song, and then he'll say, by Ween. Of course it's by Ween. We were at a Ween concert. Like as if people didn't know who they were watching.
Yeah.
Like, or if it was a cover, but he's like, this is, da-da-da, by Ween. And everybody's like, yeah, I'm super excited. By Ween.
Yeah.
Great.
It's silly, but they don't care. They just want him to say something. They just want hugs from him.
They want hugs.
Can you hug me and be my friend?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's I'm pretty excited about these shows. Yeah.
And you already have the are we staying in a super fancy hotel?
It's gonna be all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just saw, I told you when I went to that little field trip and we checked out those suites for my hospitality class. One of the main things I noticed in that room, that tub was so fucking deep. It's a jacuzzi inside the bathroom. You don't even need to go to a hot tub.
I don't think we're going to get a tub.
No, I know. But it's just cool to see those types of tubs. I loved every bit of it. Like, I would get a room there just because the tub is so deep. That literally, when we were kids, that's what my dad would do. It's like, all right, well, we're not taking a trip this year, but it's been some months. I want to take them to do something. So he'd just take us and get us a nice hotel room, and then we would get in the tub. And we were small children, so we all could fit in the tub. It was like a little hot tub, and they would fill it up, and we'd just be in the actual bathtub, but it was so deep like a hot tub.
Right.
I remember shit like that. Thinking about it now, it's like, we were all in the tub with our swim clothes on. You know how silly that is?
Yeah.
But it's like kids are easy to please.
That's right.
So
they have imagination, and if you tell them something, they'll probably believe it.
you guys want to get in a hot tub? We think that's a hot tub.
Right.
And it's a large tub. It's bigger than the one at home. We never seen nothing like this.
And maybe he didn't say it was a hot tub. Maybe like your brother said, oh, hot tub. And then you guys are all like, yeah, hot tub. And then your dad was like, yeah, it's a hot tub. You know?
Yeah. Kids are easy. It's funny because I talked to my cousin LaDonna on the phone, and her kids are getting older. I think she got an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and then 8-year-old or 7 or 8-year-old, something like that. They're like right in a row. But her kids, they ask a lot of questions. They're like, why? Why did you go to the store? Or why did you go to the store and didn't tell us? You didn't ask us if we wanted anything. Did you get this? And where were you at for so long? And she like, don't fucking worry about it. She's yelling at them, and they just want to know, like, they're already grown up, and they just want to know why. They're at that age where they're like, why this, why that, why this? She's like, they're getting on my fucking nerves.
Had enough.
They want to know too much.
Right.
Well, that's what kids they do at that age.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand things. So why is this like this?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes things are hard to
Like,
explain.
where do you go? Like, you're not here. Where are you?
Are you? And why are you? Why did you take so long at the store? The store's up the street, Mom.
Yeah. Look here, Linda.
And she like, I'm on a phone talking to Carmen. Who's Carmen?
Yeah.
So they want to know all these things, and they're young. So they don't know me to be their cousin because I don't know what to do with small children.
No.
Like my little brother, for example, talking to him, his attention span is so small, so short, that it's a pretty quick conversation. Hi, bye. I'm like, how am I supposed to get to know him?
Mm-hmm.
Like and my dad, like, once he get a little older, he'll be able to sit down, and right now he care about playing on this video games and all that shit. He doesn't want to talk on the phone. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with smaller kids, like my cousins who have kids now. It's like, hey, like, the last kid I was playing with, I was holding him and he was jumping all around and he was by the floor, and then he jumped too hard and I dropped him on his face.
Oh, no.
And his mom was like, oh my God. I'm like, oh, fuck. I just dropped his kid on his head and he was screaming. His mouth was bleeding. But he did it. He jumped out of my hands.
You
like,
did it, Carmen.
I
You're the adult.
I know, but I didn't make him do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was being a wild child.
Nope.
I was like, oh my God, I'm not playing with these kids no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
My kid playing days are over.
Mm-hmm. And then Latrice was different. Latrice would babysit our little cousins, and I remember one of our little cousins would come over, and Latrice convinced her that if she kept using the bathroom on herself, and my mom couldn't figure out, like, ain't she potty trained? Why she keep using the bathroom? Latrice told her that if she sit on the toilet, a shark was gonna bite her butt, come out the toilet and bite her butt.
Mm-hmm.
So she would just pee on herself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why are you doing that to her? It's so mean.
Mm-hmm.
She believed her, and she just used bathroom on herself.
Right.
It's like, Jesus Christ, Latrice.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
That's harsh.
It's kind of funny a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy. So we this whole thing with Donnell Rawlings been going on lately, which I love every minute of it.
Okay.
So you always show me these different memes with Charlemagne and Donnell Rawlings going back and forth.
Donnell Rawlings, he goes and he grafts, he face replaces Charlemagne
Yeah.
from the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
and DJ Envy puts their face onto other things
Yeah.
and makes them look, puts them in different scenarios.
Yeah, he makes me look gay sometimes, or it could be anything. It could be making him look like a girl or whatever it is. And for anybody who don't know who Donnell Rawlings is, he is Ashley Larry from The Chappelle Show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this whole thing with Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian, and he does this kind of, would you say it's close to like a variety show?
It's a live podcast that he does. It's called
Right.
Kill Tony.
Right.
And they travel around and they give like local comedians like a couple minutes to like perform.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But they mix in a couple of veterans, and they also have, from what I understand, people there who roast as well. And Donnell Rawlings got into a roast battle with a new comedian, and they made fun of his Dave Chappelle chain.
He was wearing a necklace that had the Chappelle logo on it.
Right.
Right.
And the guy made a comment, and Donnell didn't like that, and he pretty much ran away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he asked him to wrap it up. They said he asked him, can y'all wrap this up, like multiple times, and everyone ignored him. And then he just like walked off. But he got really upset because this guy said that. And so now it's this whole back and forth with him and Charlemagne.
Mm-hmm.
And you just sent me a meme yesterday, right?
It was. I sent you a screenshot
Screenshot.
of something he put on Instagram, and it was just because another podcast that you like to listen to, The Brilliant Idiots,
Yeah.
has Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz on it.
Yeah.
They were talking about him,
Mm-hmm.
and you were actually. How many times have you listened to that podcast?
Like 3 times.
Oh, man.
It's so
You're
funny.
obsessed. I can't believe
I
it.
keep listening to the part about Donnell Rollins because if you listen a little further, they have more jokes where they come back to it.
Well, he said, because those two guys, they met from doing a show on MTV called Guy Code,
Yeah.
where they would like just talk about like stuff. Right?
Yeah. I don't think they met there. I think they met from friends of friends or something, and then it just kind of came together.
And so he's like, just remember, it's Guy Code, and he said that the fight's only begun or something. He's like, so Donnell Rollins, he's like, and the chain is swinging, and there's like some music lyrics playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what the song was, but he's like, the war's just begun or something.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen?
Oh my God.
Donnell Rollins already goes at Charlemagne like pretty
Constantly.
heavy all day long. It's just like pictures of him or videos of him with his face on, other people.
But the way that they get back at Donnell Rollins affects him differently because I feel like Charlemagne has a larger following, especially with the Breakfast Club and the Brilliant Idiots. He has a larger following than Donnell Rollins right now. They're on the radio all over the place. And every time he talk about Donnell on the radio, all these places, all these people driving in their car in the morning, he can reach more people. So it's kind of an unfair advantage.
Right.
Because Donnell Rollins, like, how can he really go after Charlemagne besides posting things on his page or talking about him in a stand-up routine that no one is going to hear but the room?
Right.
So how else can he go
He ain't
at
no
him?
Hannibal Buress.
Right. Oh, my God. That's so bad. What Cat Williams say? He said, sex sells. This is Hollywood. He said something. And he said, and that's the reason why you get a Lil Rel or a Hannibal Buress. He said they ugly and no girl would date them. He was calling Hannibal Buress and Lil. You know who Lil Rel is?
No.
He's another. He looks similar to Hannibal Buress.
Oh, yeah?
They're both ugly, and he's like, look at that. He's like, now you know something wrong with that because Hollywood don't like no ugly men. They want men that women want, and don't no women want them. Not even regular women want them, let alone women in Hollywood.
Yeah, but then look at Cat Williams. He's a little tiny man.
I know.
He's
But-
one of them too.
I know, but he has that whole pimp persona, so it kind of gives him
Pimp in distress.
yeah, it gives him a little bit of edge, I guess. But yeah, he is a very tiny man. He's like 5 foot.
I'm caught between a pimp and a hard place.
Cat Williams is funny. He's a good one. So, I don't know what else. See anything else interesting this week?
Have I seen anything interesting this week? There is a movie that I watched. Are you looking at my notes?
No.
Okay. There's a movie that I watched because it's on the notes. Ham on Rye, right?
Ham on Rye.
Yeah, the movie's called Ham on Rye.
Okay.
And the reason I was flipping through the Netflix, and the reason that I wanted to look into it is because there's a novel called Ham on Rye about it's a Charles Bukowski book. It's one of his Henry Chinaski books, and I was like, Ham on Rye, Ham on Rye. I look at the thing; it says a coming to age story of a small town, and then I was like, Ham on Rye, that's a coming of age story. But the movie has nothing to do with the book. The book has nothing to do with the movie. The title's just the same, and they kind of they don't really explore the same subject matter, but the age group of the people in the thing are the same.
Yeah.
And I found that frustrating because you could literally call the movie anything else. Like, this book is actually an established book. Charles Bukowski is a pretty famous.
Maybe that's
author.
why they did it.
I know, and I don't like it.
No, it's false advertising for sure.
But
This is America, Kirk.
well, the thing I watched
land
this,
of false
I did so
advertising.
much research on this movie because I was intrigued by it.
Right.
I watched the movie. I watched it a time and a half.
Okay.
And then I watched some interviews where the writer director, like, he did an interview with like Michael Cera.
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is?
I do.
And they talk about the movie, and then they're at like a film festival where the movie was. If you look at the thing, it says it was released this year, but it premiered at a film festival like a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty small micro budget movie.
Yeah.
And he was like, the reason the movie, a part of it takes place at a deli.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's like a big dance or something at a deli. And, you know, one of the girls there, her favorite sandwich, they're like, "What are you into?" And she's like, "Ham on rye." And like, that's the name of the movie because that girl likes the sandwich.
You were so disappointed.
I was. I got so frustrated with this, and there ain't no Bukowski over here, huh?
That's funny.
And James Franco at some point was going to make a Ham on Rye movie. I don't know if he did, or I know that there was issues. He was getting sued or something due to the rights of it. He didn't have the rights to.
Yeah. I feel like everybody leave it alone at this point. Let's just leave everything be.
Ham on Rye?
Just move on.
Move on from the Ham on Rye?
Move on from the whole concept. Just
Concept of what?
the whole Ham on Rye thing.
Why?
Because already one movie that don't got shit to do with the book is out. Don't make another one that got something to do. Now it's just too much. Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That does suck though. But this is America, Kirk. We false advertise here.
That's right.
That Big Mac don't look like the one on the picture.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Once in a blue moon.
No, the patties are too thin to look
Yeah,
at like
that's true.
ever look like the picture.
Nothing. And then especially you get a double cheeseburger, you can't even see the burger in between the bread when you get it.
Oh man.
It's pretty bad.
Whew. That's why you gotta enjoy the small independent businesses because they'll show you a picture of what they actually made.
Yeah,
Right.
true. Sometimes.
That's why you look at the social medias of places and then you see their stuff. We went to a new place this recently. We got pizza, Monty's Fine Foods,
Yeah.
and we got pizza. You got a mushroom pizza. You love just mushrooms on your pizza.
Yeah.
And they had it, and we got it.
I think
But-
it's a thing. People like mushroom pizza.
Before we got there, right?
Yeah.
We looked at their stuff online,
Mm-hmm.
and everything looked exactly like it did in those pictures.
It did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They did a good job. with
So,
that.
you know, you get those small independent places where people Yelp about it, they review it and all that. Nobody yelping about McDonald's these days because it's all out there already. You know what a McDonald's is?
Yeah.
Nobody yelping Burger King. You know what I mean?
Definitely not Burger King that fell off. I hate Burger King. They're just not. Never my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to McDonald's before Burger King any day.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. But I mean, if you were to open up a franchise like that, you have a guaranteed customer base already
Mm-hmm.
in there, and you already have vendors and things like that. So it's kind of, if you're able to do it and have somebody run it and you just oversee it, if you had the money to put up to literally take over one of those McDonald's in a busy area and all you do is own it and then you have your people in place,
That's right.
you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just having the money to do it.
Right.
So that'd be cool though.
Yeah. What is it?
I support local
what is
small
it?
businesses.
A quarter to $500,000 to open up a McDonald's franchise right now?
But yeah,
Whew. That's a lot.
right. But you could probably buy it for cheaper from somebody who already has paid the $250,000 who just looking to get out.
Yeah.
It's a possibility, especially when you get these McDonald's in these busted ass neighborhoods. You're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Here, just take
But
it.
if you're looking at that, you know, they're trying to sell for a reason.
That's true too.
You know, so who knows?
That's very true too. So I asked you this question, and I want you to tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Okay.
So I was at school this week, and I'm walking outside. I'm walking to the chow hall to get me some breakfast. And a guy walks out of the security office. He ain't no security guard. He just a regular old white guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Maybe
like,
he forgot his shirt that day.
no, fuck him. I know security.
Okay.
The security guards there are all students and stuff like that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They're just walking around giving you tickets for smoking cigarettes on campus.
Okay.
Stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
But he said, "Hey, ma'am, I had my mask down. It was on my face, but it was down, and I'm looking at my phone, just walking along outside in the air, not inside of a building.
Right.
Hey, ma'am, excuse me. Hey, ma'am, we wear masks on campus 24/7.
On campus, we wear the mask 24/7,
And I was disgusted that
364 a
he
week.
even spoke to me in the first place.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want him to talk to me.
Right.
No one asked for you to talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Right.
And so I'm walking, and then he says that, and I say, okay. And then I keep walking.
Mhm.
And I can feel him staring at me. I'm not putting a mask up.
Right.
So go call the police.
Go off and do as you do.
Do as you do.
Right.
And I don't got my student ID anyway on me. So you can't get that either. But yeah, do you think I was being stubborn? Or do you think he was being an asshole by even, why are
probably
you
a
speaking to
little
me?
bit of both? I think it was probably both. I'm sure he maybe didn't, try to be as rude as what you kind of make him out to be.
That's how he said it.
But at the same time, the whole mask thing, it's kind of like if you're outside,
Leave me the fuck alone.
right? Yeah. I mean, if we're walking down the street, if I'm outside, I'm typically not going to wear it unless I'm like walking down a street with a bunch of people on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm walking through an empty street, I'm not going to be wearing a mask,
Yeah.
Like I see people on bikes and stuff and they're wearing it. I'm like, that's crazy. I can't do that.
No, it's too
know.
much.
But if I'm in an area where, like a parking lot, yeah, I'll throw it on,
If we were somewhere like walking around a LL Bean outlet,
Right.
that's understandable. I mean, only thing, okay, we are at the school,
Mhm.
so if that's the rules at the school, I understand
Right.
that part of
But
it.
you didn't like how he
Approach me.
approached you.
Don't approach me and try to tell me what to do.
Yeah, that's the thing is that people like to have that. People want to tell people what to do. They like to do that,
Yeah.
And that's something that some people like to use the mask as like an ethical thing, an ethical argument.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wear this mask for you,
Mm-hmm.
like this is me. My martyrdom. I wear the mask for you.
Mm-hmm.
You should wear it for me also.
Mm-hmm.
Like how dare you not? You're not protecting me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that that idea kind of gives people the excuse to tell you to put it on, but I don't think it's good. I don't think that it's not horrible, But also, he went out of his way to tell you. You're already, what? How far away are you?
I was already by the fucking chow hall. I'm about to walk in already.
Well, see, maybe that's the thing. Maybe
No,
he
I
thought
was-
you were gonna go in without.
No, he said it doesn't matter if you are on campus and outside. If you are on campus grounds, you must wear a mask.
I know, but how far away from you were he?
I walked past him. He
How far away from you
He
were
walked
he?
out of the security door while I was walking towards the chow hall. So we walked past each other on the opposite side, like in two separate lanes, but walked past each
But
other.
next to each other.
Yeah, because he was in my space. I was walking outside first.
Okay.
Bitch, walk over there then.
Uh-huh. See, that makes more sense. It sounds like that makes you sound like you were.
The guy had to be 70, 80 years old. If your life is in danger because you, this is how the world is. You're not going to have it your way every single time. So if you feel at risk, then stay your ass the fuck at home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be out and working because they're doing an honor system at school. So you fill out the questions and say if you caught COVID or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Detroit and it says, "Have you traveled outside of Maine in 10 days?" And I said no, and I passed the check. So it's an honor system, and everybody lying on that shit.
You don't know that.
I guarantee it. Some people lying. I lied on there.
Just because you did doesn't mean everybody else is.
No, I think
just
some
like
people-
girls with hairy legs. You want to think that everybody's the exact same as you, but they're not.
I'm not saying everybody, but out of 1,000 students, you telling me that one person is traveled or one person has not worn a mask in a public setting, or I don't know. I guarantee you somebody is being deceitful.
I know, but you're trying to make what you do normal when it's probably not.
Maybe not. My advice is don't speak to strangers.
Yeah.
Keep fucking walking. You don't have to approach people and say nothing. Like, it ain't your business. Just keep it moving.
I was talking to my buddy Will, and I was telling him that I wear like headphones, like if I'm out or something, which I do. Typically, I'll wear them in one ear,
Yeah. So you
I'll
can hear
listen,
around you.
listen to whatever, so I can still hear around me. And he said, what if somebody asks you a question or something? And I'm like, why would they ask me a question? Like, I don't. What are they gonna ask me? He's like, don't you think that that's weird that you would wear headphones, in public? What if somebody asks you a question? Like, I don't want to talk to anybody that wants to ask me a question. If I see you and I know you, I'll be like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah.
You'll take the headphone off.
Take the headphones
Yeah.
out, right? Like, but if I don't know you, I don't need to. What are you going to ask me? Huh? Am I registered to vote? Like,
That may happen.
like I don't have time for it. So,
This town we live in, everybody is so friendly, and people just want to fucking say something. People just want to talk. They want to, whether it's good or bad, people want to speak to you. And yeah, I don't know. Like, even the job that I'm at right now, I walk in and everyone's like, "Hi, Carmen, how are you doing today?" Like, I'm doing fine. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking God, dude. It's too much.
it's crazy.
Like, isn't that crazy to be put off by the fact that people are being too friendly?
Yeah, you're weird.
I think you're the same way. You don't understand why someone would ask you a question and while wearing headphones is stopping. Like,
Yeah, don't ask me a question.
you're the same exact way.
Huh?
You just want to do you,
Yeah.
and you don't want anybody to bother you.
No,
Yeah.
never.
I'm not used to it, to people being so friendly. But it's a nice thing to be around people that you don't have to watch your back because they're going to rob you or some shit. It is, that security part of it is very nice.
Right.
I feel safe living here. I don't have to look over my back. I've dropped my phone multiple times and people have given it back to me,
Right.
which is very odd to me. Like, you remember how it used to be? We would go to the bar and you walk outside and just leave your phone. It's like, Kirk, what are you doing?
I'm leaving my phone here
Why are you doing that?
because.
Someone's gonna take it.
No, they're not.
I know, but
I wouldn't just leave it anywhere. I would leave it in places where I feel secure.
I'm from Detroit. You don't. It ain't no places.
Yeah,
like
but this
that.
isn't Detroit.
I know, but it
And
still
neither
takes.
was Catalina. So, I mean,
Yeah, that's true. But Catalina, you can still get your shit robbed there.
no.
You don't think so?
No.
I just don't trust it.
If I was ever at the Locker Room or the Marlin Club or Luau Larry's or any of those places like that,
You wouldn't.
I would
wouldn't
leave
worry.
my phone. Yeah.
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 Mm-mm.
That way they know that you're coming back. Right?
True. That's why you leave your jacket, not your phone.
No, you leave your phone too. I used to anyway, unless I was talking on it. But
Yeah.
and then now, if you've got your headphones, somebody takes your phone, you can hear them. You can hear them take it because they leave your signal.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody stole my phone. It's
Yeah.
that guy right there. I saw him. See? So.
Yeah, I left mine in 7-Eleven one time, and I had the headphones connected, and so it started fading out, and I'm like, start checking my pockets, phone. Then I went back, and nobody even like paid attention to the fact I left it. I just picked it back up and walked out.
Right.
Like, so that's pretty cool. So I do feel safe here. People are nicer. It's a nice place to live in. It's not the worst. It's a little quirky and a little weird, but I don't know. What you think?
It's fine. Yeah.
I think that there's a protest brewing.
Here? Why?
I don't know. I haven't saw any big
Over
ones
the
lately.
light?
That could be that could
Over that
definitely-
light over there?
That could definitely be one.
Oh, maybe.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. Yeah.
Oh, then they just blocked off some of the streets too. They're blocking off streets now, so that's
That light we talk about all the time. It was all backed up, right? Because now it creates a traffic jam back there, and there was an officer, and we're walking across the street, and we hear whoop whoop, right? And we hear whoop whoop, and then the police just drove by, and then that was it.
yeah. He used the siren to get over on people
because the light's having an issue for him, right? He's not trying to get anywhere. He didn't zoom off as if he was,
No, he just don't
in
like that he had to
pursuit.
wait for that light.
Right. And he went whoop whoop, and we were like, what's going on? Nothing's going on. He was
That light is creating a problem.
is creating issues. We got to do something about this light.
Sometimes it's backed up all the way down to the
To Tukey's Bridge.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what is happening? Sometimes I can't even cross the street by my house because the traffic is so jam packed. And then no one. So when you make that left, but then you make that left in the right corner right there. There ain't no provision for that. So like the light facing the person that's turning is green, but the light for the people going from the opposite direction is red. So what
Right.
would you do? Stop in the middle of the intersection and wait on that light to turn red? No one's doing that. It's not a.
It's
They-
horrible.
They didn't think it out very
It's
well.
horrible. I don't know what's going on. It's the worst.
Well,
like,
the
city
intersection was
planning.
built weird.
Right.
First off, that
Yeah.
whole situation is weird by itself. But it seemed like people were doing a lot better than what
With the stop signs on
Then-
either side of the street
than what it is now.
than what it is now. Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yep. Well, I think this is the end.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. Also, check us out on YouTube.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.